Well, hello everyone. My name is Sean Simons, PPG Grandpa. Welcome to season 5, episode 204. Our guest tonight, well, didn't make it, so it's no big deal. So tonight it's going to be a nice, fun, open topic. And the open topic is going to be all about, I don't know, let's just say paramotors. Tonight's topic's going to be about paramotors. Look at all the people that we have right now in the chat. Who do we have in here? We got Steve Kennedy, Joseph, John Wayne, Scuba Steve, Greg, John, Will. All right, Angela Preslick. Good to see you guys. This is going to be a fun show tonight. We're going to try a little bit something different. Actually, Linda, what do we talk about? How we're going to reformat your show? How are we going to reformat our show? We decided what? We're going to start off with just saying, hi, my name is Sean Simons. We got Kevin, we got Linda, we got Scuba, we got Will, we got Jim and his maple syrup smelling money. And tonight's show is about blah, right? Does that make it easier instead of going over everything?
Just kind of get right into it.
Get right into it. That way at 7 o'clock.
Because the chatters are waiting. The chatters are waiting and they want to see want to know what everybody's been up to all week. Just kind of, open topic tonight, as I call it, or whatever. So, you guys, if anybody who wants to jump in the Zoom for a little bit and hang with us, you're more than welcome to. And
to be right here with us on the panel, that's going to be really cool. So if you guys are already on, our chat, just come on, jump on if you want to. Tonight we have a guest, but unfortunately our guest is not feeling very well. So
under the weather.
I'm going to
we'll
hang out with later. But anyway, tonight we're going to be giving away free training over at Run to the Sky Flight School. So we're going to be talking a little bit about the nonprofit, what we've done over the years with the Paramotor Arkansas, with the nonprofit, what we are going to do this year, and what we plan on doing in the future. We're going to try to get a nonprofit in eventually every state. How cool would that be? I mean, that's a goal. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's definitely a goal. And let's see. Let's go ahead and say hi to Kevin. Kevin, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How's everybody?
Excellent, sir. You're supposed to be over this weekend too, but it's going to be raining?
It's supposed to be raining again this weekend, so I don't know if I'm going to make it this weekend.
And the thing is too, this week, beautiful. We got a new student there. We had a couple of students out there. It was, other than wet, man, beautiful. 68 degrees. Tomorrow it's going to be 70.
Yep.
Why don't you come over tomorrow? It's going to be 70, man.
If I had enough time, well, actually I've got plenty of time to take off work, but if I'm planning on retiring the end of May, then I need to save as many days as I can.
I hear you.
Eric, thanks for the dollar holla.
We got a dollar holla. What's that?
Somebody donated $1 in super chat.
Oh, Eric Von Eric, thank you.
Eric. Eric is also a student that needs to come back over here and do some flying. So Eric, get over here, dude. And thank you so much.
Hey, Greg Laney's got a question for you, Sean. He says that his paramotor instructor says that if you fly a PPG below 50 degrees, that the wing disintegrates. Is that true?
I flew this morning at 30 degrees. The only thing that disintegrated was the warmth in my body.
Sure.
Yeah,
warmth in my body.
I flew in one at 4.
What's that?
I flew in one at 4 degrees.
Ooh. Oh. That's why I decided, and I didn't realize. Okay. This is another thing that we talked about today over at the school. Everybody was talking about. It's interesting that we all think, and I think we talked about this too last time we were here. We all think that we're going to buy a paramotor, we're going to buy a wing, a helmet, and that's it. And then a year goes by, it's like, I spent another $20,000. And next year, it's like, man, I spent some more money, and because you keep on buying more and more equipment. How many people are in their second and third year with the same equipment that they had when they first started training or when they first started? I don't know. I kind of upgraded. I know Will upgraded from a 80 to a 185. And Scuba got a trike.
Yep.
Kevin's still trying to figure out what he wants. But I know that I moved up pretty quick too. I think the first year I went for my first paramotor. Then I got the Angel from Andrew Fuller, SkyTap Angel, and then I got a Kangook. I think it was a Kangook, 80 Kangook, and then I got another 80 Kangook. And then we just kept on getting more and more stuff. So I guess that's the way it goes.
Were they actually upgrades or were they just changing it up?
Every time that I get something, I get it for me to fly, but I'm also thinking, I can let people use this in the school. And that's kind of how everything started. It's like, well, I don't want to just let people use my one wing and my one paramotor. So when I first thought about, what, I want to be instructor. I want to really help people out there. I want to get people to learn to run to the sky, and affordable too. So that's what we've been doing, is we've been affordably getting people into the be able to run to the sky. And then we got, so last year, and I didn't go off on a tangent, on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, that's when we officially became a nonprofit for Run to the Sky. So we got a birthday coming up on February 14th for Run to the Sky. So we decided to do something really awesome. Not only are we going to give away a free training here, and you can use it like Kevin got one. He won last time, so he got a gift certificate for a free training. And it's what do you call it, where you can give it to other people. Not negotiable. It's, you know what I'm saying? You can give it around.
Forward.
Yeah, you can give it to other people. It's not just you and your name.
Transferable?
So, that's it.
I didn't
word.
know it's okay.
That big word, transferable. It is transferable.
Don't ask me how to spell it.
I think it starts with a T, right? So it is transferable. If you want to give it to somebody, it's fully transferable. So if you win it tonight, keep it, give it as a birthday gift or something like that to somebody that really wants some training. We have changed up everything. Like I said, the nonprofit now encompasses not only this right here, Paramotor Arkansas, the podcast, the Run to the Sky that we did originally. It's all combined under the nonprofit, right? So now the nonprofit is going to be able to generate a lot of money by bringing in students, but we're going to bring in students at a hugely discounted price. And all the proceeds, all the funds go to helping disabled veterans come in and get gear either cheaper. We can do in-house financing, something to help people go through and learn to fly and get good gear, right? New gear, I guess used gear. I suppose if there's good used gear, it's hard to find really good used gear, unfortunately. But our prices have dropped, not dropped, but are now at $1,200.
Wow.
I guess it kind of dropped. It went from $2,950 down to $1,200. So it's the same thing. That's only $1,200. And you can come in, do your classes, go through, use all of our gear, and anything that you buy through us, obviously, every bit, 100% of all the proceeds go to help fund our nonprofit, help disabled veterans get through, et cetera, buy new gear, and just make this an incredible LZ for everybody to come and enjoy. I mean, if you're able to come on over and hang out, please come over and hang out. We're going to try to make some tiny houses. We're going to try to make it to where, it's more inclusive, water, electricity, everything's run. And the more money we can generate, the more people, more vets we can help. If you guys know any disabled vet, any veteran out there, EMT, police, or whatever, and they want to learn to fly a paramotor, give them my number, 501-747-3558. Send them over to runintothesky.org or Paramotor Arkansas and tell them to check us out, and we will hook you guys up, get you into the school at a really good deal.
Greg, thanks for becoming a member, by the way.
What?
Yeah, read what he said there.
Welcome to Paramotor. What did he say?
He said, all this time, I didn't realize I could do a membership to support the show.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very, very much. We definitely appreciate that. Yeah. So welcome, Greg. Yay. We also got a bunch of other members. Who's other members, right? So all the members will have a little star next to their name. So Greg is a member. I think
Eric Von Erich.
At one time, I know that John Wayne helped us out too. And we definitely appreciate John Wayne helping us out. We had a lot of people that has always helped us out. So yeah, anything that goes through this right here, the chat, you donate something through here, you want to become a member, that all helps. Everything funds our nonprofit. And I'm really happy that we got a nonprofit birthday coming up. And that's really, really awesome. We got 21 people watching, 10 likes. So if you're able to give us a couple of thumbs up, that always helps our metrics. And since we don't have a guest right now, let's go ahead and say hi to everybody else. We said hi to Kevin. We said hi to Linda. So hi, Linda. Scuba Steve. Hi, Mr. Scuba Steve. Have you been able to fly lately?
There was one day that I could have flown. I chose not to, which now I'm wishing I would have. I mean, even today, this is the weird. I live in a Class D airspace. Okay. So in order for me to fly, I have to call Langley Air Force Base and get permission and fly, unless I drive. So I'm at work today, and just happened one of the callers that called in was like, yeah, I work at Langley. And me being the paramotor guy was like, do you work in the tower? It was like, no, man, I don't work in the tower. No, but because I'm just such a wuss, I don't want to call the tower, but yeah. And I just thought that was funny.
You got finger toggles that we were talking about in the chat
Yes.
the last couple of days. Tell us all about those, man.
These are from Backcountry PPG, Trevor Steele. Now, hey, look at there. Kyle Neal just became a member. Thank you. These are called Game Changers or TOGs from what Trevor says. And basically what this does is allow you, instead of having the big hoop for your brake toggle, it's a 2-finger deal. So this puts your hand really close to your line, so you don't have to pull as far to pull brake. It also comes with these little magnets that you can just put right on your trims, your riser. Yeah, riser. I'll get the name right in a minute. And they're magnetic. So this just Velcros around your riser. And then this clicks on here. So this is for your main line. And this is if you want to tie in 2D steering. You can also pull your brake by reaching up here and grabbing around this little fork and pulling the whole thing down that way. So it just cuts out a lot of the slack. It also makes it where you can put your throttle down here in your bottom 2 fingers and still keep your brake in your hand. So it just makes it, instead of you having that big brake all around your hand and maybe dropping the whole thing around 2 fingers, you're good to go. So yeah, I got one for each side. I hadn't put them on my wing yet, but it will be getting done.
Now, are those going to replace your actual brake toggles?
Yes.
To have just those instead of the whole brake toggles?
Yes.
Okay.
These are for. Yeah, and it has the, it's got a little foam deal down in the bottom, so it's nice and soft on the hand. My brake toggles, the way they are now, you have to push it down and click it up in there. When you pull it off, you can pretty much pull it straight off, but to get it back up in there, it just straight on. I have to slide it up, and it is such a pain. So these being magnetic, and I can just let me get my brake. You can watch my videos back. You'll see me trying to hook up my brake, and it won't go. It's a pain in the butt.
What wing does that?
That is the BGD Magic. I forget what they got a specific name for that type of connection. I said it like last year on a show. I'd have to look it up again, but it was a pain in the butt.
I always wondered if they were annoying.
Yeah, it's got 2 places to hook. So you got one if you're, foot launch, and then one for a trike. So, but on this one, I can just take the Velcro and loosen it and slide it up or down, whichever way I need it, and then hook my line back on there. So I the cost of those, Steve Kennedy, that's where me and them don't see eye to eye. These are $99. So they're not the cheapest brake toggles you can get, but for me, the convenience of being able to just pop these on is going to save me a lot of work. So, and they make them in-house. So I ordered these like mid-December. I just got them like 3 days ago. So I don't know if they're going to pick up speed or whatever, but that's how long. You can either get blue or red, I think is the 2 choices. But okay. I'll let y'all know how these work out once I get them and once I can go fly again.
You see what Tony Marzano said? It looks harder to take a wrap if you do that.
You shouldn't have to take a wrap because your line is literally 2 inches from your knuckles. Well, I mean, if you did want to take a wrap, yeah, you could still take a wrap. I don't have a line on there, so I couldn't show you, but yeah.
Yeah, it reduces the length of your lines by a good 3 or 4 inches.
Yeah.
So a wrap is not really necessary on top of it. And then also, like Steve said, you can grab it a little bit higher. It's designed so that you can.
Yeah, you can reach up here on this hook and pull straight down. And I mean, then you're literally, that's how much you got between you and your line. If you pull straight down here. So without having to take a wrap at all. And when it's off the magnet, it's just, this is nice and small. I like this. I like being able to, have my throttle and it not get in the way of the brake at all. So that's going to be cool.
Interesting.
I think it would be a little bit hard for if you had thick gloves.
Maybe. Well, it's 2 fingers, but it's not tight. I don't know if y'all can tell. There's room there. I got some gloves. We can try that. Where's my gloves?
CT Fly set or City Fly says that the DaVinci Classic 2 has it too. So I guess he means the same clip-in type system as the.
Oh, does it? Yeah.
So would all DaVincis have it?
I get what they were trying to do with those clip-ins, but I am just not a big fan of it. The magnets aren't very strong. My brake toggles fall off all the time. They were right here.
I forgot my gloves today too. I left them here at the house, went over to the airfield, and like I said, it was 30 degrees this morning when we got up. And without heated gloves, burr.
I'll put some Sabbath heat gloves on. These ought to be plenty.
Show that again to everybody. The box. This is what I keep on recommending everybody is this SABOT, Sabbath Heat. And I've tried different types. Does that say goat skin?
Yes, advanced leather, goat skin. Yes.
Yeah, how about that?
There we go. And you can see it.
So I've tried different ones, and this one right here, believe it or not, if you are flying in 30-degree weather and you put it on hot, you're going to want to turn it down because your hands will start to sweat in 30-degree weather.
Let's see if I can do this.
Yeah, they actually sent me a pair of those to review, and that is the only thing that I would say that. I mean, there's other things I've reviewed that are okay, but those are the only ones that I actually promote. You know what I mean? Because they're so good.
Yeah, I really like those too. And the batteries last for a long time. That looks pretty good. Like it's gonna work for you. So hurry up and put that on your wing and go.
I know, right? And then go take off.
Yeah, Sean, those freaking batteries. If I see that light starting to flash, man, I'm starting to head home because I know what's about to happen. It's got the little flashing.
I'm not looking at it because usually when I fly, I steal my brakes. And I'm just like this, right? And I'm just flying like this. I mean, I don't fly with my hands up here, so I never see them flash. The only thing that happens is like, man, I've been flying for like 3 hours and my hands are starting to get cold. Oh, they're off. Batteries are out.
Do they only come in just bit like large or whatever, or do they have them for Minnie Mouse that
Yeah, they have different sizes, and I think it goes up to what 2, 3, or 4.
I'm just curious on anybody out there, the girls out there, smaller hands or whatever.
Get the size above.
Yeah, there's the sizes on the back. I got extra large, but you got small, medium, large, extra large, XXL, and triple XL.
Yes. Yeah, so if you use the medium, I would recommend getting the large.
Yeah, and they're really awesome. I also got some socks, some heated socks, and I tried different pairs. And once again, the $50 pair of heated socks are not good. Just like the $50 pair of gloves are not good. They just don't work. It seemed like the $80 mark, that's where they work pretty good. So I got $80 pair of socks, which make my feet really toasty warm, even when you're flying in 30 degrees. Hands nice and toasty warm. And I just got a vest that should be coming in the mail because I want to be warm. I'm starting to get spoiled with these battery heated things, and I'm kind of digging them.
Sure, that's cool, and you can try them out and then recommend, see other people if it's worth the money or not, But by the time you're done, you're like the $1 million man here with all the gadgets and stuff to keep you warm in the winter and the flying suits and everything else, right?
The only thing that doesn't get cold are my legs. Like from my thighs down to my ankles. I can wade in like the coldest ice water ever. My legs don't get cold. My toes and feet do. My hands get cold. My face does sometimes when it's really super cold, but my legs they never get cold. So I don't think I'll ever get heated pants.
You could get heated long johns.
Heated long johns.
Tony suggests you get a heated seat, like for a
There you go.
Oh yeah, Mr. Canada. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be
It doesn't
That-
stay cold enough down here to like I said, we had that cold spell. We had snow, we had ice, and now it's 65 today, and tomorrow's gonna be 70. So, you know, we got the
Yeah.
cold for that, but it's gonna be nice this week.
yeah, 40 degrees, something like that today. It's like sweater weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it got up to about 40 here today.
That's hot, hot, hot. Now, Will Fly, did you get that? You've got that full body suit, the 3-layer, is that correct?
Yeah, I think I got the 4-layer.
The 4-layer, tell us about
Yeah.
that. And is that like better than battery heated stuff? Does that just keep your body heat warm? How does that work?
Yeah, and as far as this flight suit, I mean, for the 4-layer for North Carolina, just plain and simply is just too much. I mean, I could have gotten away with a 2-layer, at the most a 3-layer, and they go all the way up to 5 layers. And so if I had to do it all over it again, I would probably opt for the 3-layer or the 2-layer, because that kind of makes it more where you can use it over more seasons, instead of just like
Mhm.
super, super cold. If I was up in Jim's, do you have one, Jim?
Yeah, actually, I got one in about a month ago. I haven't used it.
You have the 5-layer?
I did. I got.
Yeah, that makes sense up in Canada. So, I mean, the thing is super high quality. I think it's a bit pricey, but it's well worth it. I've probably worn it, I don't know, maybe 3 times total. Honestly, I'm afraid to mess it up. So I don't want to, like botch a launch and then mess my suit up. But anyways, I'm super sold on the quality of that. If you're looking for a flight suit, you're not going to find anything better, I don't believe. Blue Sky Blue. Did I say the name? Blue Sky Blue. That's the name of the.
No, I don't think you did, but after you said it's like I think we talked about that on one of our other shows. The
Mhm.
boost.
Yeah.
And
I haven't used mine yet. I can't seem to stay warm inside the house this year. I don't even want to go outside.
Really?
Yeah, I guess my circulation is not the greatest this
I
year.
guess you need to go outside to get that circulation going.
I don't know.
Yeah, put that Blue Sky Blue on. You'll be like sweating up a storm.
Yeah. I
Kevin
wonder-
and Angela sent me a nice one too that they were using, the Blackhawk, I think it was. That's a sexy looking flight suit, man. It's like, red and black, and it's pretty good.
Well, cool beans. Well, thank you for telling us about that flight suit sounds good. Also, too, guys, don't forget, we're going to be giving away a free training over at Run to the Sky nonprofit, the nonprofit for disabled veterans to learn to fly. Anybody can go there, obviously, and learn to fly, but all the proceeds always go over to the veterans to help them. We're also going to be getting EMT, all the local heroes that want to learn to fly. They can come over also with the same discounts as the veterans do. So we're trying to help everybody out. And we're going to be giving away a free training that is transferable. Thank you for reminding me what the word transferable is, because it didn't come to old grandpa mind. But it is transferable. So that can definitely be a stocking stuffer or a birthday gift or something like that for somebody that really wants to learn to run into the sky. We're going to try to make Run to the Sky Flight School a really awesome flight school that not only does foot launch, but does trikes, does trike transition, and eventually does pretty much everything. We want that to be like a full service school. And of course, because it's a nonprofit, it's very, very, very easy on the pocketbook. Eventually, we are working on making our very own paramotor frames. And hopefully hopefully the end of summer, we're going to have our own paramotor frames out for the public to use and abuse and see if they like it or not. And eventually go to market those and actually market them. So really inexpensive frames. That'd be the way to go. Can you imagine getting a brand new paramotor for, I don't know, $4,500, $5,000? That'd be awesome. And that's what I was shooting for. Unfortunately, got a lot of people that are like, that don't think it could be done because look how much the motor is and how much this is and how much that is. I'm going to see if I can really find some really good stuff and find the best deals, make the best brand new paramotor that you can get for the least amount of money that doesn't kill your pocketbook. So we're going to be doing that. So make sure that you at Will Fly and say, Will Fly, hey, I'm here. Put me in the spinny wheel, WILL, spinny wheel of Winnie Things. And we'll put you on. We'll say hello to everybody. Obviously, we'll spin the wheel at the top of the hour. And then we are going to be dwindling down after the spin and finishing this up at about 8:30 today. We also got Jim from Canada, the only guy I know that has maple syrup smelling money. What's that all about? Good to see you, man. Anybody else want to say, hey, give me one of those hundreds. I want to smell it. Make sure it does smell like maple syrup. No, not lately.
No.
How many people walked off from you with your money trying to smell it and walked off with them?
I think Tony took $100. If Tony didn't, then it was Angelo. Or not Angelo. What's I always call his brother Angelo because Tony and Angela, but
His brother Angela.
what's your brother's name again, Tony?
That's funny. You want that maple syrup smell?
Paul, I think you're thinking of.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Looks like Gorilla had another Polini motor failure.
What?
Oh no.
Yeah, he just posted the video.
What's up, Joe?
I mean, he already had one of them things break down on him, and I thought they had the problem fixed. I don't know what's going on. Why he's tearing up motors.
Yeah, I think I saw. I unfortunately just don't get on Facebook, YouTube, and all that stuff as much as I used to. I'm really trying to work this all out so I can be free, so I can go to all these different, what do you call them, fly-ins, right? So what do we have as far as fly-ins this year, right? I know that we started talking about that. Where is that? Let me go back to it real quick. Who is going to fly-ins, and what fly-ins are you guys going to be going to?
I'm going to yours.
Mine's going to be a good fly-in.
Oh, you're going to go to the Eclipse?
Oh yeah, that I've been planning anyway for the last. That's why I'm not going to Salton Sea, and that's why I'm not going to Flying Circus and all those places this right now.
Yeah, so I can't make it to the Flying Circus, unfortunately. I kind of wanted to, but that is a long, long trip. And if I do go there, I'm just going to go there. I'm not going to fly. Obviously, there's just it's a circus over there.
My buddies are
yeah,
going there, but I'm like, no, that's too far. I'm not going to Arizona.
Yeah, but I am going to go to Fly It for Gauge, which is really awesome. Never Trust Skinny Chef Shane is putting that on. This is the second one. Make sure you go check out Fly It for Gauge in 2024. If you can make it there, definitely make it there over in Bowling Green, Florida.
Great
Well,
place to fly, and that's a great time.
That's
Yep.
pretty
Look
close
at-
to yours too, isn't it?
Somebody also is doing the Eclipse too. Where's that? Over in Illinois.
Watson, Illinois.
What's in Illinois? So, and then so if you guys want to go to Run Into the Skies private Eclipse flying, just get up with me. Just say, hey, Sean, I want to go. And we're going to try to keep it under 50 pilots, maybe under 100. I don't know. Just text me 501-747-3558. If my name is not in your phone number, you better put it in there. Sean Simons, PPG Grandpa, 501-747-3558. Add me to your phone, then text me, say, hey, this is so-and-so, and I'll put you in my phone, and that way we can always talk about paramotors. So our Run to the Sky is going to be on Saturday the 6th through the 8th. It's going to be our Run to the Sky fly-in. And that is over in BB, Arkansas. So just text me, say, hey, where is this? And obviously it's free. Just come on over. Have fun. And then right after the eclipse, I think I got a doctor's appointment, and then I'm going to be going down to Sun and Fun. Boop, boop, boop.
You're going down to fly it for Gage, and then you're coming back, and then you're going back.
I know, right?
Good for you.
Such as such. But
How
yeah,
far
so
is it from Conway to there, to Lakeland, or to the fly it for Gage?
I think it's at least 20 hours. If I stop and if I'm doing anything, I mean, I drive like a grandpa. I don't know why. So, oh, that's right, because I'm a grandpa. So I don't drive fast and I take breaks. So Sun and Fun, I'll be down there probably maybe around the 11th ish until the 14th, which would be nice. I'm going to try to volunteer down there also. Keystone Chainsaw. I'm not going to go. I don't even know where that is or what it is.
That doesn't sound safe, does it?
I wouldn't want to fly with my chainsaws. Info to come. I don't know anything about it. Let's see. Obviously, gonna go to Bad Apples. Woo! Bad Apples. Who's gonna go to Bad Apples? I know I will. So I will be at Bad Apples. Swing Arm City. That's pretty cool. Swing Arm City.
Well, right after Bad Apples is Spring Wing here in Virginia. It's May 15th through the 19th. I know it's not on the site, but I can't post it there, so I don't know. But yeah, Spring Wing.
Yeah.
May 15th to 19th.
That sounds good.
Tony says it'll make good content. I don't know what he was referring to there.
Torchport. Hey, look at that famous girl right there at Torchport. That's real cool. I don't know if I'll make it to Torchport, but I will try my best, especially since I'll be coming back from. No, wait a minute. If I'm at Bad Apple, yeah, be coming back from Bad Apples, and that next week it just depends on what's going on. Wing over Watson, I won't be able to go to, but that's not just up in Illinois, and that's kind of close to my birthday, so that sounds good. I might go there. I'll have to double check, see what's going on in June. Air Adventure, who's your daddy? Hey, where's the rest of them? I mean, I feel like I'm missing something like Moonshiners.
Yeah, is there second page?
Yeah,
I tried to click the second page, but it doesn't go anywhere.
Now, there's one thing that I've done on that while you're on that site is I've actually subscribed to that calendar, so it automatically puts it in my calendar.
Okay.
And they've got just a button that you can press there.
Yeah.
Next events.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're on the no.
Wow. Yeah, it doesn't go in there.
Yeah. One of the things that you can always do, because we're always going to be working on it, is you can go to Paramotor. Oh, wait a minute. Shoot, what is it? Oh, fly in directory. So you can go to fly in directory, and that's going to take you over to a page that I'm going to be putting all the different places I can find where the fly-ins are. So there'll probably be multiple places to go.
555 says Keystone Chainsaw carving is in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania.
That's kind of a long ways away from Arkansas also.
Yeah, I think they only post through August right now. According to the top, it says now through August 15th, and I can't go past that.
Okay, gotcha.
There's also curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I might try to go back to Moonshiners again. I know the last time I went there, the wind was just weird, and I don't think that I got to fly. I was able to talk, so that's all that counts. But I think I'm a better pilot now. I should be able to take off in any wind. I definitely got a bump tolerance that is unbelievable. I went up yesterday, and I was bouncing around. I was being thrashed around. I'm like, this is so fun.
That's not what I thought when I got that many bumps. I was like, let me down now.
It is 7:35, so we are going to be spinning the spinning wheel of winning things pretty soon. So make sure you @WillFly and say, hey, I want to win. If you are able to, say something on your social media. Get more people over this way. How many people do we have right now? Let me take a look. Live stream, 26 people. Good deal. And only 12 likes. Come on.
I wish there was
12
free
likes.
training when I went to go training, because I'd have been right down there, Arkansas. I'd been like, hey, what's up? Let's get it done.
So John Wayne is a member, but he's under geriatric PPG and John Wayne. So that's pretty cool. You never know where he's going to be lurking, but that's John Wayne. What's up, John Wayne? Always good to see you, buddy.
Hey, John Wayne. Hey, I
John Wayne.
put the calendar in the guest chat. If you want to look at it, Sean, I sent it.
Yeah, I already got it under the flying.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to find all the different places that we can that people are putting their fly-ins, and I'm trying to put on that fly-in directory. That way you can go to fly-in directory, find all the different ones. Let's see. So anybody have anything that they want to chat about as far as paramotors, the wind, the weather, how fun paramotoring is? Can't wait to go paramotoring again. I don't know. We'll keep the paramotor topic going.
I'm really looking forward to the sun eclipse thing, whatever, the eclipse flying. That's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm thinking that it'd be really fun to fly and be up there, because it's going to go like from noon to midnight and be midnight, for about 5 minutes. The totality is supposed to be really long totality, and to be able to, fly, and all of a sudden it gets dark, the wind stops blowing. It's like, holy smokes, I guess we should have our strobes on if we're going to do something like that. But I think it would just be really cool to be able to fly and see the sun being blocked out.
Jim, have you flown in the snow? I mean, you're in Canada, obviously. Is it difficult to land on the snow thing?
It depends. Like sometimes if the snow is deep, it's difficult to land in, especially if it's hard, because snow will melt and then it'll freeze and it'll melt and it'll freeze and it'll get really crusty. So if it's deep snow and it's crusty and it's not hard enough to hold you, you can sink in. You break a leg easily because it'll snap your leg.
Ouch.
But then, when it's fresh powder snow, man, I should find out what all the native or the Inuit names are for snow. Like they say Hawaiians have like 200 words for waves. I'm sure the Inuit have that many for snow. But
they're supposed to have a lot of words for snow. I'd like to learn that too. That'd be pretty neat.
And so
instead of crunchy snow, right? Instead of crunchy snow.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be a better word for that.
But right now the snow is great. There's not a lot of snow this year. There's very little snow, and it hasn't had a chance. It is melting right now, so it's going to start getting icy, which won't be very nice. But there's not a lot, so it's not a big deal at the moment.
You're going to have to start taking off on skis or something.
Yeah, a little ski wakeboard type of thing.
What is really tough is if it's overcast and the sun's not out and you've got fresh snow, you can't see the ground when you're landing.
That's the same way, like when you're flying over any type of water. If it's clear, if it's clear water, it's like a mirror. You have no idea how close you're getting to that water on a nice bright day, and that pond or whatever is not moving. There's no wind. You have no idea if you're 10 feet up or if you're right there on the water. It's crazy. That's why, unfortunately, it's so enticing to go and foot drag these ponds and water and stuff, because like, oh, look how pretty it is. I see little fish. And the next thing you know is like, oh, I'm in the water.
Yeah. The big difference with this, though, is when you're cruising along the ground, you're foot dragging, and then all of a sudden a hill, you can't see the hills.
Yeah.
So you run into the ground. And
you don't want to take off with skis, because your skis would go back into the prop. I'm just saying.
That's why you do the little wakeboard thing.
People do wear cross-country skis.
Okay. Well,
they fly.
They're smaller. Yeah.
And there was a guy on the internet who did water skied and then went into the lake and it was cold. It was like just above freezing. It was quite an interesting video he had.
And I'm just going back through the chat, Sean. There's a couple of, I think it was Hunter Toon said he just learned how to foot drag on a frozen lake.
Oh,
That's a pretty neat place to, so long as it's like nice, I guess. not-
super frozen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a neat thing to do. And then who was it? Greg Laney said, I thought Gorilla switched to the Cosmos 300. He didn't like the 303 for sure.
Hmm.
It could be. Could be, that it's just a turn to have an engine, my engine's gone out probably 5-6 times. So I don't know. He does seem to have bad luck sometimes, poor guy. But you know what? Thanks
What?
for reminding me, Angela. At Fly for Gauge, Gorilla is going to be donating a paramotor frame.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. I think it's a craft paramotor, I want to say, but
Yep.
that's real nice of them.
That and
Lord
you'll
of
have
Light
that
for
for a raffle and an e-bike.
Oh,
Wow.
and e-bike?
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. Okay, you're talking about, yeah, I got you. You're
different
right.
person, but they're going to have an e-bike at the fly-in that they're raffling off and the paramotor.
Yes, Nick Justice from Just eBikes, I think it is, .com,
Mhm.
something like that. He's going to be donating a new e-bike, and that is a super sweet bike. I've ridden it. He
That's
makes
really cool.
got some good stuff. So thanks for reminding me.
All right. Are we ready to put the spinny wheel up so Linda
Oh, yeah.
can say hello to everybody?
Oh.
Yeah, Bill, he said
Sure,
no
I got it.
motor, but if you get training with Gorilla, he will put a motor on there for you. So,
Hmm.
I mean, that's obviously cheaper than buying a motor. So I think that's a good deal.
Yeah, he said he put a motor on it for, what was it, his cost.
Okay. Yeah, you're right for his cost.
Make sure I got everyone. I think I do. So let's put this bad boy up.
Excellent. I love these little heaters. It doesn't take long to toast up a little room, that's for sure. Look at all the peoples.
Yeah. Oh, my Monday night chatters.
Battery
Oops.
dead in my gloves. I got to try.
Working on it. Got to bring her down. There we go. Can you see that, Linda?
All right. Good luck, everybody. Welcome, chatters. Thanks for hanging with us tonight on Monday night. Only place to be. I see some new names in here, too. That's cool. Welcome, welcome. All right. We got Steve Kennedy in the house and Joseph Hutchins, Greg Laney, John Wayne Cowboy, lovely Angela Preslick, Eric Von Erich, Tony Marzano, Mr. Vegas in the house tonight. Hunter Toon. What's up, Hunter? We got Bill H in the house. What's up, my buddy Bill? We got 555, CT Fly, Kyle Neal, Luis Milstead. Hello, my darling. I love ya. We got Kramer. I love Kramer. I love my girls. We got Joe Adele, Plainfield PPG, Geriatric PPG, Flying Flamingo Jade, my lovely Jade. And we've got Travis DuPont in the house tonight. Good luck, everybody.
Woohoo. What's up, Travis? We need to go and fly again soon. So, anyways, tonight we're going to be giving away a free training over at Run to the Sky, the nonprofit. It has encompassed Paramotor, Arkansas, Paramotor, Missouri, and Paramotor, Oklahoma. So anybody in those states, we're going to be putting in a nonprofit in Missouri and Oklahoma very soon. Well, maybe next year. And we're going to be giving away a free training. Now, this free training is transferable. You can take it yourself if you want to. If you haven't learned to fly, you can give it to someone for a...
This is not a real spin here.
Okay.
Sorry.
You can give it away to somebody that wants to learn to fly, or you can give it to the nonprofit and we will train a disabled vet in your name. So
Oh,
that way you're actually going to be sponsoring a disabled vet. So whatever you guys want to do is perfectly fine with me. And that's why we want to give these things away, because how cool is that? Let's see. Oh, thumbnail before we move on. I don't want to forget about it.
no.
Right?
That's the thumbnail.
Take off those glasses, Linda.
I know.
Hey, Shani. Hey, Shani. Re- All right, ready when you are.
I thought he was done already. He's muted, so we can't tell what he's saying.
Come on, stop muting yourself.
I did it.
Oh,
I already did it. You want to do it again?
do
it
it
again.
again. That's fine.
All right. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Yeah.
Sounds
Sean,
good.
you're such a dork, Sean.
We try to be, don't we? I mean, what else is there to do? I know that.
I know. I know.
When I was younger, I was always like, why would somebody want to get old and act old and be old, right?
Exactly.
And you know how it is when you're a teenager and you're in your 20s, like, I will never let myself get old like my parents or my grandparents. And damn it, here we are.
You are not old. You
Old is
only
relative.
think you are.
It really is. Remember when 30 was old? Well,
Yeah,
shit.
my God, my
Now you
mom's
see,
been 30
now you
since-
see, I know. Now you see a 30-year-old is like, what are they, like 10? They look so young when you're old like a grandpa.
I don't feel my age at all. Seriously. I go and I do my walks every single day, 3.5 miles, and it's like, that's what
Okay,
it's
I
about,
feel
you
my
know?
age.
I'm
Sorry.
feeling it.
I feel mine.
I'm feeling it, dude. I'm telling you what, after that heart surgery in 2017, that is when I felt my oldness, and the stroke is the complication type of thing where I wasn't able to walk or I wasn't able to eat, had a feeding tube. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
And really the only thing that kept me going and wanting to go and make this work was wanting to learn how to fly flood parameters. So I worked myself to be able to be strong enough in 2018, 2019. I was able to fly, and here we are.
Yeah.
Years and years and years afterwards, and I'm loving every second of this. This is all I want to do for the rest of my life.
That's good. Life's too short, That's
It is.
it. Yeah. That's why in May I'm going back up and get my third 10. It's like you're never too old to do that stuff. So
You ready
When
for
is
me to
that one?
spin?
When is that one in May? Because that's the same time that spring
it's
wing.
usually on Memorial Weekend.
Oh, okay. I think
Yeah, Torchport, I think it's the 24th to the 27th. I think that's what I got on my calendar.
So
Oh.
fun. Good to see my JD again. Yay. Give her big hugs. I love you, Jade.
You know who's going to win? I know who's going to win.
Who?
I can feel it already. I can feel it. So Eric Von Erich, he started training last year, and he said he has another friend that wants to train with him down here. Yeah, I think you live in Texas, right, Eric? So he's going to win this. I can tell, ESPN, and he's going to give it to his friend, and both of them are going to come over, and we're going to, go out and fly and train and stuff. I bet that's what's going to happen. What are your bets before we start to spin?
I'm going to go with Travis DuPont.
Travis, okay.
I'll go with Greg. I don't know why his name is popping out at me. Greg Laney's going to win.
Okay.
Let's see. Who's new in the group here? Let's see.
Joseph.
Looking at- I'm going to say Steve Kennedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Bill H because he always wins everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to tell you who that first initial spin who won, but it wasn't a real spin.
So you're not going to tell us?
Oh, I just kind of did.
Oh, I didn't hear. Oh, was it Bill H? He always wins. He is great.
But Bill, that was not an official spin, man.
Bill's like, I'm just glad my name came up again.
We love you, Bill. How about you, Jim? Who's going to win?
Joseph Hutchins.
Joseph Hutchins. Okay.
Gotta grease that wheel.
It just
Okay.
leaves Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin, we haven't heard from you. Who do you think is going to win, Kevin? And you're on mute, so we don't hear what you're saying. I don't know what you're doing over there, but all we're doing is looking at the wheel here. Come on now.
Looking at. That's what I'm looking at. Like Neil.
Bill H.
Kyle Neal.
Oh, Kyle.
Kyle.
Do I have him on the wheel?
Yeah, I'm looking for. Oh, there he is. He's next to last.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember putting him on there. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And I would like to shout out, obviously, and say thank you very much, Eric, for the donation. Definitely appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank you.
Hopefully that you make it. Greg Laney, thank you so much for being a member of this channel, which is really, really super cool. And of course,
That's
Kyle
cool.
Neal, thank you very much for being part of this too. And when you are part of this, one of these days, we are going to be opening up this chat for only members. Everybody else will be able to see and see what's going on, but only members are going to be able to get on the super chat, because when we start giving away the big prizes like paramotors and wings and helmets, you got to be part of this, part of the group, man. You got to be a member.
That's cool.
are we ready?
Ready
Good
when
luck,
you are.
everybody.
Tonight's spin is from Run Into This Guy nonprofit to help disabled veterans learn to fly. And you can take this and learn to fly yourself, make it a stuffer for somebody else, let somebody fly for free over at the school in your name, whatever you want to do.
In it now, right? That's not a shuffle. That's actual spin. It just.
This is the real freaking deal.
It is a choppy spin over on this side. I don't know if it's choppy
Yeah.
over where you guys are.
Bill H, thanks for becoming a member again.
What? Bill H? Awesome, man.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
John Wayne Kramer. I'm thinking Kramer. I don't know. It could be John Wayne.
It's going to be so close to John Wayne or Travis.
I think.
Oh my gosh.
John Wayne. No, Travis.
Oh
What do I win?
Travis, awesome, buddy.
won something.
Congratulations.
But it's
I
rigged,
don't
right,
know if
Travis?
I'm not picking Joseph again.
Hey.
I know. And Eric is like, Sean, you said I was going to win. I don't have very good ESPN. I'm sorry. So anyway, just, text me. I think you still got my number, right? I hope you got my number still. 501-747-3558. And let me know if you need an actual gift certificate, or we can mail or email something through to whoever you want to donate it to, or, well, you already know how to fly. We've been flying together. So
I
you
love
don't
all
need,
the rigged comments in chat. They're awesome.
I know.
what's that? Let me,
Bill, Jade, Louise, rigged.
Eric
Rigged.
gets the pom-pom celebration from
That's
Paramount.
funny.
Congratulations, Travis.
That's
Travis
funny.
says I
He
donate the
doesn't-
training to a person in need.
Yeah, so I would love to, if you could follow up with us, who you're going to donate it to, kind of story.
Okay,
behind that.
so Travis is
Congratulations, Travis.
donating that to the person in need. So Travis, if you find somebody that needs training, you can let them know that we'll take them. If not, what I'll do is I will put here. Are you want this to be anybody, Travis, as far as anybody in need, like your local hero, EMT, police, veteran, disabled veteran, nurse?
CT Fly, if you had the training, would you really go down there to Grandpa and train or not? You said, I'm going to train with the legendary PPG Grandpa one day.
Yeah.
I'm
If
just,
you don't want to train, just come on over if you're already flying.
Legendary. Not just PPG Grandpa, but legendary.
that's what he
yes.
said.
You're a legend.
In my own noggin, that's for sure.
Ah,
I don't even
aren't we
think
all,
it's
though?
regular.
Aren't we all?
Well, the group
We're all
thing.
legends in our own mind. Whatever's left up there someday, I tell myself, yes.
All right. So I got that set up so I remember. And so Tony, if you got somebody that pops into your mind this week, let me know. If not, what we'll do is on our list of disabled vets that are going to be coming through, we'll pick one that's in the most need, and we'll donate that training for them in your name. So thank you, Tony. That's really awesome.
Very
CT
cool.
Fly, if you do go train with Sean, I think you could do much worse than go there. So,
I need to go back
Still
over
do it.
here and see what you guys are talking about.
well, he
So-
said, yeah, but I'm going to pay for it because he said he's going to come train with you. So, I mean, maybe he needs more training or something. I mean, I'm assuming with his nickname, he already flies, but
Where's this? I'm sorry, I just got back over here. What are we talking about?
CT fly, CT fly.
Oh,
Yep, but I'm going to pay for it.
Yep. Because remember,
Oh.
he said it's rigged. I'm going to train with legendary PPG Grandpa one.
Oh, okay, I see. Gotcha.
You
So-
can pick someone, Travis says.
Okay, yeah, I see that. All right, we will find somebody. He says pick a veteran and train them in my name. I'll do that. Absolutely, 100%. All right.
very cool.
I really wish that I was able to see the chat more, but I'm over on this page now here, and I don't get to see all the chatting. Maybe I just need to, you know what? That's what I need to. I need to let somebody else be the host, and I just need to be in the background, watch the watch the super chat and everything, because that's like the fun part, right? Where you're able to talk with everybody.
It's Linda's show. Let her do it.
Yeah, it's on the show. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's it.
Linda, we got 2 minutes until 8, right? So for 2 minutes, you're the host. Go.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I
it's
can't
very
believe there was
important,
so
Noe,
much
'cause-
silence.
The girls are like, they're messaging me like, what's going on with so and so on The Bachelor? And I'm like, I'm not watching it. I'm on my show right now. I can't answer that. Priorities, right? Yeah.
Exactly. And remember too, guys, Linda is not only helping us for here, but she's also what's your official title
My
We're
official
into-
title.
for Run to the Sky nonprofit? You're
You
Did
throw
you-
me
did-
off when you ask.
okay.
I'm like the PR,
So
of
yeah,
the-
I guess you're the official PR girl
the
with
official
voting
PR
right
girl.
with voting
running
rights.
to the sky.
With voting rights on the board.
Yes.
Remember, you got the voting rights on the board.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So she makes things happen. When we have our meeting, it's like, oh my gosh, sit
I've
back
been
here.
called worse in Cuba there, CT fly, but
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
When Linda walks in, all the board members.
We're all like, okay, we'll be quiet. You go ahead and talk.
I have that. I just have that effect on people. I mean, you should see when I go to the gym. Hey, all the oldsters in there. Hey, what's going on? I'm like, wow, people know me in here now. It's pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, go in there with my little queen wave as I'm walking around the track. Yes, my little followers, they're all following me as I'm going around the track because I don't allow anybody in front of me to walk in front of me. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you see Bill H's comment, Sean?
What does it say?
He's testing you.
Oh,
Oh, then let me respond. There you go. So did CT Fly say he's in Cuba?
No. He would mention
Oh.
my nickname. He just said Cuba.
Oh.
He said he trained with you already.
That's how rumors get started.
and he just wants to train more.
Oh,
I'm definitely not in Cuba.
I was
I'd be
like,
scared to fly
"Hey."
over there. Just-
yeah, I know it's crazy. They opened up Cuba and then they closed it down. And I know that some people got some really good cruises over in Cuba before they closed it all down. They said it was amazing. Craig B question: does everyone know how many flights they're up to?
Oh,
Yes.
There you go. Good question.
I log every one of them.
That's a yeah.
I got half.
I, honest to God, I can't even give you a ballpark. I know that I fly the first year I flew 350 hours, and that also was for 2 SIV clinics. Used the hell out of the wing. Second year, I know I did about the same thing, went to more SIV clinics. So every year I'd say 350 hours every year. How many does that make in flights? I have no idea. Sometimes like today, I went up for 2 flights within 15 minutes just to show everybody over at the school, how you lean back, how you take off with, trust the thrust. You got your 3 Ps. Do you remember your 3 Ps, Kevin?
He's like, oh, whoa.
You can put me
Got
on.
your- You got your
Oh,
power, your
power.
pressure, your posture. So you always want to make sure you got that posture. There's 3 parts to a launch. What are they?
You can put me on the spot again.
Inflation, taxi,
Commit.
right? At any point that you do your inflation or your taxi, you can abort. Once you commit, you're committing. So make sure everything looks good as you're taxiing. When you come in for a landing, you look at where your feet are going to touch, where your feet are going to end, and where your wings going to lay. And that's something, I don't know if you're, I don't know, Will, is that your, yeah, Will's not really there.
He's not really there.
That is so weird.
I'm
This
here.
game got right in the spot. I'm
Had me going.
What was the
you come,
question?
when you come in for a landing, and this is a good question too, because I know I do this when I land. I always want to make sure I know where my feet are going to touch, hit, where my feet are going to end, and where my wing is going to lay. I always do that when I come in for landing. I mean, I always do, and I'm pretty darn close. That's part of my spot landing, right? Spot landing, yeah, you can come in and touch someplace, but where your feet touch, where your feet end, and where that wing lays is pretty darn important. So that might be a little bit past the spot landing part. But does anybody else do that? Where they come in for a landing and they know where their feet are going to touch, where their feet are going to end, and where their wing lays? Anybody else?
I usually just make sure that, I can't say for sure where my wing's going to lay. I know for a fact it's not going to lay in any power lines or a tree or anything like that. I make sure it's clear. So if I land, it's going to be a clear spot. I'll tell you that.
And don't
I look
look
at the
into
ground,
any fire.
When I look at the ground, I end up falling on the ground. So
Oh yeah, that's a bad habit there. I was going to ask Sean, you've trained enough people. Do you have problems with new students letting off the throttle because Trevor just posted a video and it was a new student. It was first flight. And as soon as he got in the air, he dumped the throttle and you see the whole wing surge forward. Luckily, he got back on it and recovered, but that looks very scary. Do you have a lot of new students that let off the throttle?
No, that's one of the things that we go over a lot before we actually take off. Kevin, how many times we go over, you hold on to that throttle, don't give back the throttle, never give back the throttle, hold on to that throttle. And when the student is on comms, I say full throttle, full throttle, full throttle, right? Put still your right brake or your left brake, depending on which hand they have their throttle in. I still say full throttle, still your brake, full throttle, get yourself in your seat if you need to, kick your feet, yes, if you're in your seat, full throttle, full throttle, full throttle. So, my words are mostly full throttle as they are gaining altitude.
That's he was saying something about, which I don't know if it's not true for me. I don't know if it's maybe true for lighter weight people. He says when you take off, you're looking at the sky and it's scary. That's why people dump the throttle. But I don't lean back that far. I don't have that bad of a lean to where I'm like looking like a rocket taking off. It's just a straight ahead vision for me. So
I can tell you exactly from experience what that is. I mean, when I did my very first flight, I didn't do the throttle thing, but it took my breath away as soon as I left the ground, and not in a good way. It was a spooky way, and it was a fleeting moment. It didn't last very long, but still it was there. And I was like, and that's right close to the ground, right? So I can see the tendency is to, if you're afraid or something scares you, to undo the last thing that you did, which would be release the throttle. It's the exact opposite of what you should do. So, I get it.
So
that's why you hear constantly these instructors, they keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over. You know what I mean?
I found out what stops that though is if they're 220 pounds or under, you put them on an Animati. And that means they're not going to swing up like that and see the sky. They're going to be doing this number and their feet are going to slowly come up. And that also keeps them from sitting too soon because, it's not a Moster 185 where you feel, oh, I'm going up. No, you're not going up in the air. So, an Animati for 220-pound people or under, that works out great. If you're over 220 to a certain point, we can put you on like a 125 or something like that. But I don't want to put you on a, heavy machine where you can gun it and basically do this number and see sky, So that really helped a lot as far as, taking off, you're being lifted up nice and slowly. You feel what it feels like. You start climbing. You're able to get into your seat. And immediately you know that an Atom 80 can lift you up at 120. I'm sorry, 220 pounds. I'm 240. God, I gained some more weight, damn it. But, at 240 today, I was able to take off nil wind in 10 steps. It's all about how you
nil win. Nice.
nil wind. But this is the secret. You engage your clutch, right? So mine's clutched. So I engage it and hold on to about 10 to 20% as I start going forward. As it goes up to that 45 degrees and it's past my cage, I'm already at 50%. The wings are above my head. I'm already full throttle at 100%. So as I start to go, I have all of this force pushing me. I'm not using my body or my leg muscles, and the thrust on the Atom 80 is pushing me, which means that already at 100% throttle with the wing above my head, and I'm being pushed because I'm using my 3 Ps, which are what?
Power, posture, pressure.
Right. So you want to make sure that you got that posture, right? You got that pressure, you got that power.
Yeah, I think the posture is the hardest thing to get used to. The whole leaning back and trusting the thrust, because it's like if you're scared the motor may shut off, and if it does, you're going to fall on your back for sure. But because if you lean back that far and you hit the gas, it's not a natural feeling, I should say. It takes a while to get used to.
We do a lot of the trust the thrust. Kevin, would go out there in the field and he would roll on the power and lean back. And the whole idea is to not walk faster than a regular walk. So you can feel how much throttle you have, how much thrust you have. I don't need you to be running with that full throttle anyway. So you can feel how far you can lean back, and you can feel how hard you're pushing back to maintain that, right? So you're standing up straight, you're leaning back and giving it full throttle. Now, when you're taking off, you want to be between here and here, not all the way back there like you're walking slowly. You want it just enough back to where the thrust is going back behind you and down a little bit, or just straight, and not down, pushing you down like you're running, inflating that wing.
Right, for sure. Yeah, the leaning back is definitely one of the key things. I mean, if you're leaning forward like you would feel most comfortable with running, that thrust is going to push you right into the ground. So if you're like barely on the throttle and you're leaning forward and then you full throttle, even if you try to keep it up, all that weight is going to push down on your legs and you're going to give out and you're going to splat face first on the ground. So yeah, leaning back is going to save broken props, broken legs.
So you got to be face. So you got to be really good, and it has to be a roll on type of thing, right? So when you start, make sure I don't roll over my dogs, right? So when you're like this and you initially start going forward, you're only engaging your clutch, right? So, if you have a motor that has a clutch, right? You give it full throttle, it takes that second for it to engage and then start to go. If you got 10% on it and it's already engaged, that's immediate. From 10% into anything else that you give it, it's immediate. From 0 to 10, it takes that second. So engage at about 10% throttle, start going forward. As you're going forward, you start rolling on the power. I'm at 50%. I'm at 100% throttle like this. I start just keeping my balance. I'm basically skipping, just keeping my balance. And then before you know it, I'm taking off, and it doesn't take that long. And I'm not even using a huge wing when I'm doing that. I'm using the F3. It's a 26 meters. So,
I love the short takeoffs. They feel so good when you don't have to run. Well, like with the Atom 80, I had to run like a football field to take off. But with the Factory R, it's literally, if I got a good wing and I'm running smooth and I lean back, it's just literally just throttle, and then next thing you know, you're in the air. It's like boom, boom. It's no problem.
Yeah. That would have been kind of fun to watch.
That's
a long way to have to run.
Oh yeah.
I've seen people run that long. It's like, why are you doing that? And the thing is too, this is another thing I've noticed. I don't understand when it comes to throttle with new students. They don't want to give it throttle soon enough. They get the wing up and they're slowly bringing it down and on power instead of bringing it up and then rolling on power as much as you need to keep that momentum, to keep that wing up there. When I take off, I know that Kevin sees me. When I take off, that wing is completely solid because I'm giving it gas. It's coming up, and it's solid all the time. You never see any oscillations. It doesn't take very long, and I'm up in the air. If you just are using your body weight to inflate, and then you start running forward, you're using your muscles, right? Instead of using the power that's on your back, that thrust, and you're trying to keep that wing. And as you're running, it bounces. You know how it is when you're ground handling, right? If you don't have a lot of forward wind and you have like nil wind or whatever, it takes a lot. You got to run very fast, and that thing is still kind of flopping in the wind. You stop for a quick second, and that thing's just going to float down like it's paper. So
nil wind. I'm exaggerating, Will. I don't think I went a football because that my very first flight's on video.
I understand when you say football field, though. We understand football field means you ran a long way. We understand.
It feels like I ran. Maybe it's because it was my first flight. It felt like I ran a long way. It's a lot more comparably from the Atom 80 to the 185.
Wait, it's a lot more what?
It's a lot further for me to run on an Atom 80 than it is on the Factory R.
Yeah,
I actually ran a football field.
You did? Wow.
It's football season, man. You're
I don't know. He kept telling me more power. So I was slow.
Oh, wow.
Just kept slowly. He's like, more power.
Yeah, the other thing is like on reverse takeoffs, if you have a really good wind, maybe 10, 11 mile an hour laminar wind, you get that wing up and get it under control. When you turn around, you better be on the power, because if you're not, that wing's going to pull you backwards.
That's
and
true.
Then you're going to fall on your back. So you immediately need to get into the power when you turn around.
Hey, when you're new, you're like your first few launches, you are busier than a one-arm paper hanger.
Oh, hell yeah.
Even though to us it seems. Wait, can I say that one-arm paper hanger? I didn't mean to offend anyone. I hope not. But I completely get it. Tony says he had the same. He was saying that something to the effect he was doing, throttle jockey or whatever while he was doing his first launch. And I completely get it. The best advice is to ignore your instincts and do what the instructor says. Just be a robot and just follow the voice of your instructor. And I think you got a much better shot to make it work.
I did. He just didn't tell me how much power to put on.
That's why we also do the trusted thrust. That way you can kind of feel, and I can tell you how much thrust to put on, and that's what I need you to do when you got the wing on you now. Another thing too, throttles, dominant hand or not dominant hand. I think dominant hand, because you need to make sure that, because some of the throttles between this and this is 2000 RPMs, right? So you need to be able to dial in how much thrust or how much throttle you're going to be giving. And I think we talked about this today over the school too. It's like, I think that the dominant hand needs to be where your throttle is. And because you need to be really good at how much throttle you give it, because my left hand's not so much. That's like saying, hey, go ahead and, write out, an essay using your non-dominant hand. That'd take you forever. Why would you do that? I know that a lot of people are saying use your non-dominant hand for your throttle so you can use your dominant hand to throw your reserve.
Yeah.
How many people have had to throw their reserve anyway?
Can I weigh in on that?
Yes, please.
I prefer to use for the throttle my non-dominant hand, and the reason is I've gotten very good at the throttle because I've had time. I had the time to practice, and the reason I like to not use my dominant hand is because if I have to go for my reserve, I'm assuming things aren't going very well, and I'm most coordinated and strong, and I'm most strength in my dominant hand. So it just seems to be an easier. I don't know. It just seems like things would go a little bit smoother. It's I guess 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. I don't have the time though to train. If I was using my non-dominant hand, I'm not as coordinated in that hand to reach for something that might not be exactly where I expect it to be, if that makes any sense.
Yep. And that's why a lot of people do say use your non-dominant hand for your throttle, so you can use your dominant hand to throw reserve.
Maybe this is not allowed, but how do you text and make phone calls and do all the things you gotta do?
It's
You
like,
don't
what
wanna
hand do you
when
throw
you're
with?
flying.
You know, do you throw with your left hand? I throw with my left hand. So my throttle's in my right hand. So that way, if I need to throw a reserve, my left hand's free.
So your dominant hand is your
My left hand. I
Yeah.
write with my right hand, but I throw with my left hand. So
my mom did that.
So you're
Yes,
more
I do that.
ambidextrous than not.
yeah, I could do either one, but the throttle feels more comfortable in my right hand. If I'm using a gun, squeezing the trigger feels better in my right hand than my left. So I think that's another way to judge it, because most of the throttles we got out there are all trigger related anyway, some kind of trigger. So
I didn't even think about that. That you're right. When I fire weapons, I use my right hand. When I
Yeah.
bat, I use my left.
yeah,
Weird. Okay. But yeah, trigger. Whatever you would use a gun, I guess.
yep.
That'd be the one to use. Because really, I mean, how many hours do I fly a year? How many years I've been flying? So how many hours is that? Over 1,000, and I haven't thrown any reserve unless it was an SIV clinic. So
It doesn't really take much to use the other hand if you have to.
to me, it doesn't. And I'd rather have the control where you need that control on your throttle, because if you are going from here and then you let up and then you go back down because, you know, you don't feel or whatever, remember, you can oscillate when you're going, like I'm flying towards you, you can oscillate this way, but also too, you can oscillate forwards and backwards, right? So if you inflate your wing and you go give it gas, then you stop giving it gas, then you give it gas, then you stop giving it gas, that wing is going to be oscillating forward and backwards. And it might even collapse and fall on you, especially with that. You don't want to do that. What was this, Kevin?
Think about this, Sean. So how much? I mean, I use my non-dominant hand, which is my left hand for my throttle.
Uh-huh.
How much practice have I had doing that? I've got over 600 flights now.
You got years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
years.
So,
But you trained that.
how much practice have I had throwing my reserve? So when I go to throw my reserve, it's like my first time. It would be my first time. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I touch my knee and I reach for my reserve on every flight just so I get that coordination.
So glad you said that. This is what you need to do. Get yourself a small pillow-ish type of thing about the size of your.
You did the hearts.
But this, huh? Did I?
Yeah, the hearts just came up.
Come on, do that. There goes. Woo! All right. So get yourself something that's, you know, about the size of your reserve. Wrap it. Put a line on it. Put it where your reserve is, and then practice reaching down and throwing it. That way, you're not actually throwing a reserve out, but you can feel it and practice it. So that's something that you could do also. That way, you know where it is, and your pre-flight, you're always touching to go, all right, the pins are in, and here's my handle, right? So you're always double checking it anyways before you go on your flight anyways, right? I mean, you do check it, correct?
Do.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But my point was though, is when I go to grab my reserve, I'm doing something that I don't have a whole lot of, I don't have years of practice, you know, I mean, like I do with my throttle or whatever. So this is my mind. This is the way my mind is, whatever. It's just like, it seems like, I don't know. It's one of those things that it could be, it's like you're learning to fly an airplane. One of the most difficult challenges for me when I became an instructor was learning how to fly from the right seat. Believe it or not, everything was kind of reversed. But all of a sudden, the brain just kind of clicked, and it switched or whatever, turned on, and I was able to do it. But it took,
that's interesting because when
a lot of practice.
That's interesting because when I lived in Japan for 3 years and drove there, they drive on the other side of the road. They even have roundabouts. So it didn't take long for me to be able to do that. And then going from Japan back to the States, it didn't take anything to get back into driving like that too. I don't know why. Maybe it was
But
just
you're doing this. You're not doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's a trip. It's a trip to try to but it's the brain. As soon as you start getting better at it, it's
Mhm.
not like you gradually get better at it. It's like you can't land, you can't land, you can't land. And then all of a sudden, boom, hey, I landed, and it's just the brain kind of needed the time to adjust or make the whatever to get used to that.
It's interesting, too, because we got a bunch of, flying machines. Sometimes the throttle's on the right, sometimes it's on the left. With our big trike, we also have a throttle that's down by the hip. So we have throttles in different places, connection points in different places, different hang points. And it's really neat when you're able to, and obviously I'd say if you got a school near you, go to that school and fly different machines, see what it feels like to fly a machine with the left hand or right hand throttle, different hang points, different thrust, different size engines. If you're able to do that, it's really, really cool. Question. Kevin, there was a question, or was that your question or what?
My question, I guess, to y'all, whoever will answer it.
All right.
And answer it in the messaging place over here.
Super chat.
Either there or
Where do you go to
Where do you
get
go?
a star or a wrench by your name?
yeah. Thanks.
Okay. So if you want to get a star by your name, you want to be a member. So be a member and then you get a star. If you want a wrench, if I know you, I'll make you a moderator. So a wrench is a moderator. So if you look at all the people that have a wrench, they can moderate everybody. And as you scroll up, there's a lot of people with wrenches. That's because I know them over the years and I trust them to make sure that my chat stays PPG rated.
Did you see the responses to your question about how many flights?
No, I need to scroll up. Then where is it? What is it? How much does it say?
Craig B. He's from Australia. He's got over 300. Greg Laney, 87 flights for him. If you count touch and goes, it's 151. Jim, 319. Bill H. Let's see. Steve Kennedy, 55. Kyle Neal, 1, if you count a tandem run with an instructor to experience flight through it.
Hmm.
And I think I got everyone that responded.
Okay, that's pretty neat. What's really cool, guys, is when you have what? Sean took my wrench away because I was charging the cover charge. Yeah.
Bushcraft, Texas. Now, I don't think I know who that is. What's up, Bushcraft?
Wrenches were part of the PPG mafia. You never know, Greg. Might be.
Yeah. So what's really neat is when you get to the point when you're flying a paramotor and you go from counting your flights to, I don't know how many flights I have, but this is about how many hours. And then you try to remember your hours. And then it's like, well, I don't remember that. And then you start going, well, I've been flying for this many years. And then after that, it's like, I have no clue. That's pretty fun when you can say, I have no clue whatsoever, but I've been flying for X amount of years.
There we go again. Where's Butch flying? What's he doing?
Butch Fly found himself a new place to live that doesn't have really good cell phone signal. I haven't been able to get up with him. I don't think he's been able to get up with me. And he's found some winter work that he likes to do. He's doing that, and hopefully he'll be back when the weather gets warmer. So definitely wish him all the best in everything he's doing over the wintertime, which I understand. There's not much going on. I mean, it's wet, it's raining, but this week is going to be up in the 70s. So I hope I see him pretty soon.
What's up, Dave?
Got to get Kevin back down there. I know he's anxious again.
Every weekend, it's like raining on the weekends.
Yeah. That happens here too. It's like
I haven't flown since November.
Oh wow.
I haven't flown since this morning.
Oh, that's horrible, man.
Damn, man,
Getting
that's so
rusty.
long.
Time to pull out that PPG Bible.
2 flights today, and then I flew yesterday. I don't know. It's just really awful. But that's another thing too. I have a huge bump tolerance that bumps I don't care. It could be all sorts of crazy wind, bumpy, the trees are doing this number. I'm like, send it. And have a good time. I remember though, when I first started, a little bump would be like, oh, I need to come down. That was a bump. 'Cause
76. Damn.
Do you
76
find
was.
that it smooths out when you're landing?
76 degrees is what
bumpy?
he's saying. Blue skies. That would have been nice.
It was 65 today. I know that a lot of times that it's really windy aloft, and sometimes I could be like at 1,000 feet and fly backwards. As I am going down, I'll be going from backwards to going straight down. And then when I'm getting closer, I'll start penetrating a little bit more because there's not so much wind. And then when I land, the wing just goes, it just fluffs down because there's zero wind on the ground, but it's so strong, it winds aloft and flying backwards.
Wow.
Yeah, that's always fun. I tell you, guys, one of the fun things to do is before you're ready to land, get up about 1,000 feet, cut that motor, learn to spot land. Because once you got that dialed in, you have no issues about if my paramotor dies, what am I going to do? Well, you know exactly what you're going to do. You know exactly your glide slope. You know exactly how far you're going to go forward, what to do as far as pulling big ears to get down quicker. Use your trims to go faster to trim out or to pull them in to stay aloft as long as possible. How many people do that when they're ready to go in for a landing? They just get up there about 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 feet, cut the motor, and then just shoot for a spot landing. Anybody?
Yeah, pretty much every
Usually
time.
that high.
Yeah. I can
I mean,
land
that is kind of something I
in-
do every time. I mean, I don't cut the motor completely off though. Just-
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't cut it till I get close to the ground. That's just in case something happens out of the ordinary. I mean, I can let off the throttle, but I won't cut the motor till I'm committed to land. If I start getting rocked around once I hit the tree line, then I'll just go around. So that's the only reason I don't cut the motor.
If it's
Oh.
thermally, I like to come in with the motor on so that I have the power. And then I
Right.
bring I pull brakes so that I can slow right down and then just set down.
That's good. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I know how to land off of power in case I got a power or a motor out. And that happens. And, you know, it's just like a tire. It's not if you're gonna have a flat tire in your car, it's when. And just like a paramotor, it's not if you're going to chop a hole or chop your wing up. It's not if you're going to run out of gas and come in with the motor out. It's not if you're going to break a prop. It's all when.
I very seldom land with the power on, but I land every time with the motor running. I kill the motor when it's on the ground, just in case, but I don't have the power going when I'm landing,
Right.
unless it's thermally.
Yeah. Well, the thing is too, when it's thermally, that's when you get your hybrid motor mountain wing, right? So you take off, you get up to 5,000 feet, cut your motor, and then now you're a paraglider. Paraglide all you want to, since you got that motor mountain wing. So when you're not using the motor, it's a nice paraglider wing, kind of like my Gen Vantage 3. I can go up, and which is very lifty. That Gen Vantage 3 is extremely lifty. Get up about 5,000 feet, kill it, just paraglide.
Do you have a Vario?
Well, apps do. I think Skyfly High has it. The Gaggle has it. Pretty much all your apps have the Vario, but you know,
Gaggles doesn't work very well for me. Like I never hear anything on it.
really, that thing was annoying the hell out of me. I couldn't figure out how to turn it down to where, you know, I couldn't hear it.
Maybe I turned it off.
You know, it's annoying if you're motoring, but when you get up there, no. So yeah, when I'm up there, no, I don't. I just float around and have fun because I'm not actually trying to hop to thermal because I can just reach back and start it and go where any place I want.
So it's like it's a matter that we're talking about in the chat about John said he's had 3 motor outs and Tony says he's only had 1. So fly like you're about to have one because you will have a motor out. Fly long enough.
I've
Yeah,
had
me-
once.
I always kill my motor, but not usually above 500 feet, says John Wayne.
Right.
I always
Bushcraft
get
gotta go.
disqualified for the spot landing things because I never remember to turn the motor off. They all say, "Oh, you got to have the motor off." Well, it wasn't running. It wasn't turning. It wasn't pushing me.
if it's really turbulent, I will land with the motor off. If I've got that much turbulence and I need it, immediately, if it's going to be an immediate kind of thing. Otherwise, I'll kill it before I land.
Sometimes I come in under power because I do a foot drag, to a landing. I did that today, which was really fun because there wasn't a lot of wind, so I could launch and then come back exactly where I came from, the opposite direction, and land because we had like no wind, which is really cool. So yeah, learn to land on power, off power, learn to spot land. The more you know about what your motor and wing can do in a situation that catches you off guard, like a motor out, you know how to land. It is
Hello,
8.
Houston.
What's that?
Mom's in there, Kevin.
Ellen Houston.
My mom's in there.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Kevin's mom.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Kevin's mom. See if I can make some hearts for Kevin's mom. Come on.
Look, Kevin's famous. He's live on YouTube.
Kevin is famous, isn't he?
Everybody loves Kevin's
is.
mom, but none of us can make a heart.
We are giving you our actual hearts. Here you go.
Yep. Gee, I wonder who started that heart stuff.
You
I
did.
think
You did on your show.
Yep.
I started it. I
Yeah.
love it though. I love
You
you
did
guys
on
do
your
that.
show.
Yes, yes. Hey, I was just wondering, just real quick, something popped up on my Facebook today.
Yeah.
Mark McElroy, it's already 2020 in July is when we had him. He first came on our show.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. This is how I know, because I look up their name on the Facebook, and then I go right to the DM, and I just scroll back, and it took me all the way to when I invited him to be a guest. Yeah, on the show. And that was I missed that dude. It was 2020.
Mark McElroy is a good guy.
He had the best t-shirts on his Paralife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple of his shirts. Who was our very first guest?
Andrew Fuller. Andrew Fuller was the first one.
I mean, when we, when the show was, we started brand new or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. The very first episode was with Andrew Fuller with Sky Tap Angel, where we talked about the difference between the flat top and the Sky Tap Angel, since that's when it was basically coming out at that time. And then we talked with Kyle O, Jeff Goen.
I'm talking like going like way back. I have to go through
Anthony
some of
Vella.
them,
We
but-
even have Anthony Vella on here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you,
kind of
CT
started.
Phi. CT Phi has now a member.
what?
Yeah, you
Oh,
got
man.
3 members already tonight.
Wow. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations,
Wow.
CT Fly.
Nice. Yeah. Anyway, his name kind of popped up, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, 2020. We had him on the show. And then that's why I love to get, it's not even like a job or anything, I just love to do it because you get people on the show and they meet, it's a new pair of friend, and then
Mm-hmm.
we introduce them to all the fly-ins, and then it kind of opens up their world that maybe they didn't know a lot of people. And that's my passion, just to, when I do these shows, to find these guests. And I like to I think I've done good. I've kind of opened up my horizons, as saying goes, with different guests from, especially the one that we were going to have, Derek, have him tonight from Northern Ireland, because I love to learn about different cultures and their fly-ins and stuff. And
Yeah.
so anyway, thank you all very much. I couldn't do it without you guys. I'm just going to say.
All right, let's go, everybody. See you.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
And Bill H says that you don't want to land in a cotton field. Now, see, I would have thought that a cotton field would be nice and cushy and soft.
Oh gosh.
Oh, no.
If it's just cotton, yeah. If you just land in t-shirts, a field full of t-shirts, yeah, I bet that's
Yeah.
Kind of
that's
like
a-
the
that's a
bean
rock.
field. You think like the bean landing in the bean field, the beans, be all like
amazing.
mushy.
If their beans or any crop only about yay big, 6, 8, 12 inches, man, it can mess you up coming in
Yeah.
for a landing, trip you up and everything and catch on everything.
Or the cornfields.
Oh, the
Wow,
cornfields
yeah.
are horrible after they chop all the corn up and they have all those
Yeah.
stubs. Oh,
Yeah.
horrible.
Someone I know that landed in a cornfield said it wasn't all that bad. Now, I don't know if he was just
Who
That's-
was this somebody that we know?
yeah.
Mark George from Paraswag, when he came over here and we were flying, he had to, we'll just say that he did not have a catheter. So he landed to relieve himself and then he could not take off. It took him a long time to take off because every time he tried to take off, the lines would catch on something.
Gosh.
So you definitely want to make sure when you come in for a landing, if it's not a motor out, is to really make sure that you're landing in a place that you can take off again.
Yeah. Good point.
Yes. Don't land in the puddles. The little, the water. But
We
it
have-
looks like puddles from the air until you get closer, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's just a little tiny lake. It's all good. I'll just land right here.
Did I see somebody
question.
long we did the show? I think they said, how long have we done this show? Wherever it was.
Kramer, you click the little $ sign down there, and then it says member. That's how you become a member. If you're
Where
interested in
is
doing that.
Andrew?
So you have to do that while you're in the chat. Is that what it is? You can only do it
Where's
while you're in the
Andrew's
chat.
school?
Yeah, I don't know if you can do it from a phone. If she's on a phone, you might not be able to, but I know you can if you're on a computer.
Yeah, I can't see the chat, but yeah, I was just wondering.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that you can do that.
Wait, what did you just do?
I can make a YouTube link by just pressing the YouTube thing and putting in my name. That's pretty cool. Can you? I mean, if you click it, does that do anything? No, it doesn't. It just looked like it does. No, I went down there to the plus, and on the plus, it has YouTube, emojis, people, nature, food, travel. Looks like that has a bunch of other things, objects and symbols. So I can add emojis with little smiley faces. Oh, that's
Emojis. We like the
emojis. That's cool.
emojis. Very
Oh,
cool. Very cool.
What's the plus thing?
Fun group tonight. This was like
Oh, so the
oh my chatters. My
do you guys
chatter.
have do you guys have the plus on it?
Nope.
I don't know where you're looking.
At the very bottom, you said hit the $ sign, right? So I could start a Q&A. Let me see if that works.
Super sticker, super chat, membership, and membership gifting. You can give a membership to somebody also. Do know that's possible.
I want to know what you get for a Paramotor Arkansas VIP.
Oh, the
Yeah.
VIP. There you go.
Yeah, I want to know.
You get an extra 5 stickers.
And the VIP, you're calling the VIP section. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So I can
When I
actually
get on the show, I'm in my own little VIP section, see my little square.
Yeah, the Q&A, like you can do a poll, but you have to give, responses like yes or no, or 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, like if you're going to do something like that. I don't know Q&A, but on the polls, you can do that.
let me
What's
try.
up, Razor Sharp BT?
Robert likes to do the polls on
There you
show.
go. Perfect. That's how you do a poll.
So you can do that.
POLL, not POLE.
Right.
So it looks like
Correct.
you can do the questions and answers by using that too. And it looks like you can do the polls. That's neat. Just not pole dancing, right?
We got to start doing that. Put that up
Oh,
there. Like,
Pole dancing? Okay.
"Hey, what do you fly? Da, da." And then people put it in there what they. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that like the poll has multiple choice. So you can't list like all the paramotors. That'd be a long list.
Yeah.
But that's
You've
neat.
done that on your show before, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done polls, but it's usually only 2 or 3 replies. Like you
Sure.
could put something like, do you foot launch or trike, and then give them that 2 options. But
Yeah.
if you put what paramotor do you fly, you can't put like every possible
No.
answer. There's no way.
It has to be kind of like yes or no answers kind of thing.
Yes or no, or something like 4 answers or less. You can
Yeah.
add more, but you don't want a long list that too big for the screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you guys see the question? Do you let PPG yes or no? One person's hit yes. Does anybody else?
No,
Can-
12
well,
people have said yes.
Really? You can see? Oh, I can't
It
see.
says poll 12 votes. 12 votes.
Oh, okay. 12 votes. Oh, okay. So if I click no, I can't click anything on it.
Yeah, you made the poll, so I'll let you.
So what is that Q&A? How long, like I put in how long you've been flying? So is that something that we talk, so I put that Q&A up there and then you guys talk about it in the super chat?
It shows that it'll show in the chat. It'll show in the chat. In the
then
chat
you
room,
can-
the
Looks
question
like
answer.
you can ask another question under that or something. Yeah, it's replies and questions.
Yeah. Fill in the
So do
chat.
you guys know Andrew Fuller's SIV course is just at Lake Wales, or is it right in the area there?
Come on, dog, stop growling.
I think that's the only place does it because he has a boat that he pulls you up with and he's
Yeah.
right there. So, I mean, but Sean's been there. So,
Yeah.
John-
I know Leah's been out there quite a few times when he's been doing his SIVs. I think even Leah did her SIV with him.
Yeah, Leah Catullo is really good. She
Yeah.
she also pulls the people up too, and
I love her. She's the best.
So is it at Lake Wales?
it's in that area. I forgot what
He
It-
doesn't
it's
have
not-
the
it-
information on his website.
it's not it's not Kissimmee. It's called something else, but it looks like Kissimmee, whatever that's actually how do you pronounce that? But it's that
Kissimmee.
area.
Robert would know. I could ask
Kissimmee or
him.
whatever it is.
It's
Kissimmee.
Kissimmee during the day and Kissimmee at night. That's what my mom would.
Well, say it one more time. Say it one more time.
It's Kissimmee during the day. and
Kissimmee during the
Kissimmee.
day and Kissimmee.
Kissimmee.
But it's Kissimmee.
I've been saying that wrong all this time.
So like maybe Okeechobee?
Kissimmee.
I don't think
Oh no, it's not Okeechobee. Andrew Fuller? No.
Yeah.
He's
Well, it's
north.
definitely not Kissimmee either. Is that
Kissimmee.
north?
Kissimmee, Florida.
All
Isn't
right.
that near Disney World? That's near Disney.
That's where
I need
Disney
to roll
World
out.
is.
I'm gonna beat Jim out of here this time.
All right. Well, I think we're all gonna head on out. I can't believe. I mean, we tried to stop it at
Yeah.
8. I can't stop this thing before an hour. I don't know why. I just I want to stop it
Not
at
in your
hours,
nature.
then it goes over. Then it's like just keeps on going. Next thing you know, it's 5 hours. It's like I gotta get some sleep tonight.
I know. I got to go. The rose ceremony is going to start, Got to see who's getting kicked off.
What? The what ceremony? What's that?
It's like a bachelor thing.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about on the members only thing. Like what Sean could do if he wanted, he can do a special YouTube video or podcast for members only. So the people that become members, he could do a show and only members could come in that show if he decided to do that. That's what that is about.
Is
Yeah,
that
and-
kind of like the same, like I've seen, like, because I watch tons of podcasts or whatever, and they call it Patreon.
Right. So there we go. So I just changed it to where you can only chat if you're a member.
Right.
So if you try to chat, it won't let you chat.
Yeah, I don't even know if it lets moderators chat. Well, it shows on my screen. I don't know if anybody else sees it.
I just see ...
Oh, okay. So it did let me chat. So I guess moderators and members. But if you're a normal member, you won't thing like Razor Sharp probably can't say, oh, but Greg Laney's a member. Duh.
What is it? Run into the Sky Club? Is that what they call this?
Patreon's a whole nother ball game. Patreon's a whole separate service that you can pay and it donates money each month.
Yeah.
Right.
to-
There's there's a podcast that I watch or whatever, and he's always talking about, just Patreon, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
you can only talk or chat if you are a subscriber.
Right.
So I can put that on. That way, more people will tend to subscribe if they haven't subscribed to my channel.
Yeah.
And I think that there's another thing I can do is live commentary and it's only for certain people. Like if I like just the moderators, I think it is. So now if I do this, this is live commentary, and it's only for
Approved user.
approved. So if you can type something, I've already approved you. If you can't type something, I haven't approved you. Oh, Will Fly, Tony Marzano. All right, that's good. Anybody else? Have I approved anybody else? Yeah, I guess that's it. But we're down to 16 people, so obviously everybody wants to leave. Does this thing work? All right, guys, this is awesome. So, all right, guys, so
Okay.
almost 2 hours. Man, we got to cut this down, man. Just
Yeah.
We got Mo Sheldon next Monday.
we got what?
Mo Sheldon.
When's
Next
Derek coming
Monday.
back?
So it'll be a good show.
Yeah, that should be interesting. All right. Talk to you guys later. Have fun.
All
Oh,
right.
Not everyone.
Later, Jim.
Night, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you next week here on ClearPropTV.com. Tomorrow we got a PPG Shane.
Oh yeah. ppgshane.com will take you to the show 8 p.m. Never know what the topic's going to be. Maybe paramotors, maybe not. So come hang out with us on YouTube. We'll see you there.
Excellent. And
Yep.
Paramotor Girl on Wednesday. And Linda, what's on Thursday?
ParaglidingTalk.com with your host, Robert Michaels, my awesomest son. Yeah. Yeah, he's the best. He's the best. Oh, yeah. He's the best. Yeah, we always have fun on Thursday nights. Yes, yes. And if
Sounds
I
good.
don't hear from him, I remind him. I'm always like, where's this? Because I always plug him in every Thursday because that's what, that's what
Yeah.
Paramount's do.
And when's your show, Kevin?
every Monday night.
There you go. We
So it's
appreciate
Linda's
you.
show, it's
Kevin.
Kevin's show. It's awesome.
We appreciate you.
Yeah. Of course, you can always find me at iFollowParamotors.com or ppggrandpa.com. But I'm always over at runthesky.org because
That's right.
I love our nonprofit. You guys have a great evening, and we'll see you next week here on ClearProp TV, Paramotor Podcast, the only nonprofit podcast I think that's really out there. So I think we're number one on the nonprofit. Yeah, we're number one.
Appreciate y'all.
Let's see y'all. All right, bye.